Marvin Harrison Jr. is a player that you can just tell his confidence is absolutely shattered. After watching these drops and just miscommunications between him and Kyler, it just something is off, and you can clearly tell that. And there is a huge disconnect and a huge problem here. Now, the thing is, I do think that his confidence is back and peaking, and that is because of this touchdown right here. And you could just tell he took a moment in the end zone, and he needed that. Like, that was a huge confidence boost. And going forward, I think the Cardinals do have a lot of momentum to build on, and if you do not capitalize on this, you are mistaking. This is a Drew Petzing problem right now. If you do not let your wide receiver, who was clearly broken before this game, and you got him a touch pass, you know that he's broken. And you know mentally he is going through a case of the dropsies. We've heard people talk about it. Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco went to bat saying he's just got the dropsies for real. So, like, you just got to work that out of him and force him the ball. Yes, it sounds awful because he is in a slump. But that back end, he showed us what he's capable of. This is Marvin Harrison Jr., a beautiful back shoulder. That touchdown was huge for this team. And if Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing great football, this team is going to be great in general. Now, Drew Petzing has to get out of his philosophies, and we're going to see a lot more passing. So Kyler Murray is going to be unlocked. We're going to see if he can actually lead this team. A lot of people have question marks, myself kind of included in this offense. We'll see if he can do it. I think he's ran this offense very well. Systematically, he has been great within the system, doing everything he's asked, not making terrible reads. He's made dumb decisions here and there. Every quarterback does. But I think he has the chance to elevate, and I'm going to be critical on him. If he is not performing at the rate, because now we have no run game, the offensive line is struggling to run block, it's up to him right now. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is a key in that, and I think he just got his confidence back, which is great, because guess what I'm sick of looking at? I am so sick and tired of looking at stuff like this. We're looking at Photoshops of Marvin Harrison Jr.'s body on freaking Kai Cenat. Don't want to see this ever again. I am so sick of this. You do not understand. This is a wide receiver I have full belief in to this day. I am backing that. You guys have my stamp right here. This is not me wavering. I want to see him be better. He's improved in some areas, but right now we just can't catch the football, and this is what we're seeing. I'm over it. I am so over it. I believe in him talent-wise. We have to see the improvements. I think we will, but we have to see those steps. I don't know, man. Like, after seeing this body transformation, a lot of people had their doubts. They were like, hey, this is going to slow him down. It's going to make him a worse player and yada, yada, yada. I think it is great for him. I think it allows him to be more physical at 6'4" and actually use his frame. But, like, if you don't have the hands right now to, like, match your body and your athleticism and your freak, you're going to be in a terrible position. Now, I think he will figure it out. Drew Petzing has to capitalize on this. Like I said, this is a huge momentum shift for him. Mindset-wise, you can get your wide receiver one to be your wide receiver one. You just have to get him the ball and let that confidence grow. If you do not and you let him stall and you give him 3 to 4, 5 targets in the game, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to be a nice developing connection. Now, Kyler and Marv have to get out of their own ways. For the love of me, I am so sick of watching these two because they're the only two people on that football field who disconnect. And it is all the time. I don't understand why this is. They have the offseason work, but, like, clearly it's not translating for whatever reason. Whoever you want to blame, Kyler, Marv, we don't know what the route concepts are. But a lot of the time, Kyler expects him to do something, and he is not doing something. He had an in-break route where he should have kept running. Kyler threw a pick. He threw a pass to him, which we all know that is the second interception, too, where he bobbled the football. Like, there's just like a disconnect here right now. And you don't see that disconnect with anybody else. Kyler had the great connection with DeAndre Hopkins. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will get there. He's not used to playing with a quarterback like Kyler Murray who gets out of the pocket and extends plays. He's used to somebody who sits in the pocket and just kind of chills and doesn't have that, like, game-breaking ability. It's a different style of play, and he is adapting. He doesn't really, like, I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, but once he figures that out and actually can develop with Kyler and, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just want to see the offense change, but once they can develop that, we're going to be in a good spot. But I'm not sure how confident I am with Drew Petzing when he just kind of, like, answers so shakily, because we got this Marvin Harrison Jr., right? Like, year 2 to year 1, this dude is a freak right now. But none of this matters. Like I said, if you can't catch the ball and if your offensive coordinator is struggling. If you guys haven't heard of Game Time, well, let me go ahead and inform you. They are a ticket app, and I am very excited to catch some NFL games this season. I currently live in Texas, so I'm probably going to pop out to Arizona to watch my Cardinals. But in the Week 1 opener, for example, we have the New Orleans Saints. We have a ton of deals right here, as you guys see on screen. They have some great deals right here. You can sit on the side for $99. This is a fantastic deal. It is a zone deal. So if you go ahead and get these tickets right here, or the 130, you get some great value like always on Game Time. To give the advantage back to the fans, it's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, the fees are always included. So what you see is what you pay. So like I just showed you, you're paying $99 for those tickets to the Saints game in the Caesar Dome, I believe. If you guys are looking to pop out to any games this season, Game Time is the app for you. So if you want those NFL tickets, go ahead and download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase and go catch some games. So go ahead and download Game Time. We also have this. Speaking of Drew, we brought this up in the video prior. He said on the continued miscommunications between Kyler and Marv. Now I can touch on it a little more. I touched on it very briefly, but man, let's really dive into this. He said it's something that happens pretty regularly if you look across the league. I know those two guys are working tirelessly at it, so it's not something I'm overly concerned about. So, Drew, here's my pitch, because I'm concerned. Cardinals fans are concerned. Why isn't our offensive coordinator concerned that our quarterback and our star wide receiver, who we took with the 4th overall pick in a year and a half almost, maybe just a year and a quarter. So we'll call it a year and a quarter because that's actually correct. We're not even halfway done with the year. It's a year and a quarter of time together and a full offseason twice. In an offseason where you already had a season under your belt and you had the whole offseason and you're still misconnecting, and it's just those two. That's a problem. Whether you want to admit it, Drew, or not, you're not addressing some of these things. The whole Clayton Adams thing where you just downplayed and said he's not a big factor of why the offensive line is struggling. Obviously, you don't want to say that. They're coming for your job, basically, saying, hey, you're not doing it right. Clayton Adams, who is thriving in Dallas right now, by the way. They have like the number one, I don't remember what it is, number one scoring offense in the entire NFL. And guess who's a really monumental piece into that coaching staff? Clayton Adams, who we had last year, where our run game was dominant. It is no longer dominant. We're finally seeing the Drew Petzing flaws, and his philosophy just is not NFL caliber. This is not the offense you want. So, what are we doing now when we have misconnects and disconnects? I understand not wanting to call that out in front of public media, but at the same time, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. This is what you're giving us. And your job, all Cardinals fans, including myself, already do not believe in you. And you are coming on the podium and saying, hey, everything's okay. Our offense sucks. We can't score points. It's all right. By the way, we have the, I think it is the 4th worst passing offense in the entire NFL. Drew, buddy, that's got to change. And if you just can't put up points on the board when your defense is a top 6 unit in terms of allowing points, we're not allowing anything, but we just can't put the ball in the end zone. And that is the problem. We should not be 2-2. We could easily be 4-0 if the offense could get their stuff together, but we're just not in that scenario. And here's the graphic right now. Bottom 5 passing yards. You know where we are? We are in territory we do not want to be in, where the Eagles, who are kind of a very similar offense to us in terms of their passing scheme, they have a lot of boundary routes. Everything is on the sideline. Jalen Hurts is not passing in the middle of the field. It is a lot of dink and dunks, passes at the line of scrimmage, and look at how close we are. It's just unacceptable. In Tennessee, whose wide receivers can't catch, Cam Ward struggling behind that offensive line, he's just struggling in general. And we get to play them. So if we lose to Tennessee, that is a major problem. Justin Fields in the Jets, Jake Browning in the Bengals, and we have Kyler Murray in the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's not a bottom 5 quarterback in the league. I don't care how much you hate him. If you do not sit here and acknowledge the fact that he is at least top 15 to 20 at the absolute minimum, you're delusional. This is not where we belong, but this is where we are based on scheme, and that is a Drew Petzing problem. But for some reason, we're just stuck here. And the best thing about this, too, is it could really be this simple. We also touched on this, but literally just get your star wide receiver the football. This is from former offensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals, who took us to a Super Bowl, saying, hey, basically just force feed the guy, and if he does mess up, It's okay. It's a game of confidence. Let him instill that at the receiver position, which is so crucial to have confidence in. And if you don't, you're going to get the dropsies. And here we are. So, Drew, it's really on you in scheming up your wide receiver right now. Are you going to get him involved early and often, or are you just going to let him thrive for a quarter like you typically do? He might shine in the second quarter and not touch it for the first, third, or fourth. It's unacceptable. You have two guys to get the football to: Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think it's that difficult. Trey McBride eats regardless. Safety blanket, one of the best tight ends, top 5 in the league. You could argue top 2. He's a phenomenal receiving threat. Nothing has changed on that aspect. But when your star wide receiver, or hopefully superstar wide receiver, is struggling, get him the ball. He is young. Do what they did with Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas. Obviously, Brian Thomas isn't producing at the rate he was last year, but you saw how Jacksonville force-fed him the football. He was their number one, and just take it from Matthew Stafford. He gets wide receiver ones involved. You know why? Because they're the best talent on the field, and clearly, if Matthew Stafford can get people like Megatron almost 2,000 yards, Cooper Kupp 2,000 yards, he's on pace to get Puka Nacua 2,000 yards. It's not a coincidence. You get him the ball. Marvin deserves to have at least 8 targets a game to 10 targets, and I don't think it's that hard to just attempt to get him the football. Put him in good positions and take the opportunity when it's there. Kyler and Marv, you have to connect as well, and Marv obviously has to make the plays, but I think his confidence is peaking. This is a Drew Petzing thing, and we'll see what happens. Marv has to make the plays. Drew, you have to put him in the position to do so, and we'll continue to rile on, and we'll be in a good position. Marv, you should honestly be dominating against Tennessee. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they get this right, and Kyler Murray and Marvin get their chemistry right, and Drew Petzing stops being Drew Petzing. So we'll see what happens, but with that being said, that is going to wrap it up. If you guys did enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Also have a video coming later today as well. We're going to triple upload. And if you guys want members exclusive streams or videos, we're going to be doing those as well coming soon. So if you want, become a channel member and you'll have access to those. With that being said, that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.